Hey guys, Wolfie here with a video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Amiel Global for the 26th of September 2020. This is going to be the October calendar preview video. It's going to be kind of long, so just bear with me. So I do have a bunch of notes from the most recent stream for the global end of the game. It got done maybe a couple of hours ago. So I do have the information here, so you guys know my disclaimer. Any opinion in this video is going to be my opinion only. Again, I'm going to be going through information from the slides here. And a few things to go into before I go any further. It was mentioned in the stream that there are going to be some events, not all, that will have an extension on them by about 2 to 3 days. So keep that in mind. So with that bit out of the way, I will meet you all at the home screen, and before I do, like I said, there is a decent amount to go over here. In my notes, I put some stuff down in question marks. I'll get to the reason why I do that when I get to certain aspects. So, for real now, I will meet you all at the home screen. So, first things first, we're going to go into the maintenance period because it is coming. This is going to be 1 day earlier than the usual because the maintenance is usually the Wednesday morning after the stream. Now, it's going to be tomorrow morning from 8 to 10:30 a.m. UTC. This is near the United Kingdom. For those of you in the Central Daylight Time Zone like I am, this is going to be 3 to 5:30 in the morning. This is subject to change as always. And with that, like I said, it is 1 day early. Some people are mentioning on Facebook and Twitter regarding the whole fix for Android operating server 11 fix. I'll get to my opinion on that later on in the video. So, before I get into the information from the stream, I want to go over the stream rewards. It's going to be 4,000 gems, 1,000 more than what we've been getting as of late. 10 armor tokens, 20 draw tickets, and a power stone. So we have that all out of the way. So we're just gonna jump straight into this. So with that, we are getting some more free multis. I'll go over the banners in a little later on this video. So after the maintenance, we're gonna be getting this new thing called the hunts. This is going to be taking over the daily token for raid. I want to say this is going to start October 1st because we still have the daily token for raid still to come for tomorrow and Wednesday to round out the month of September. So basically with the hunt, what this is, it's like a daily mark. You defeat the mark and you get some type of bounties. We don't know what exactly that is as of yet. We get 1 hunt permit per daily. We're only allowed to hold up to 3. And it doesn't matter if you've been logging in or not, but you really cannot hold on to these. So that's really like a good suggestion to follow. So you might as well be logging in and using them on a daily basis. So I'm going to go into Dimensions and Entropy Tier 16 really quickly. This is going to be the 13th of October. And here's the thing what they mentioned here. So the first wave is going to be, it's like, their weak against holy, but they're resistant against dark. The second wave is their weak against thunder. Their advice is to bring in units who bring HP damage mitigation, as well as those who can heal. Beatrix, this particular tier of the entropy screams Beatrix. She has both mechanisms. She uses the thunder element, and you also want to bring in as an alternative Paladin Say So. Those two are excellent units to bring in here. Now, you could bring in Realm as like a healer if you know how to use that trick with, you have Realm and then you have Self in as the Esper of choice. She becomes an excellent healer in that regard. And if you do bring in Realm for the role as the healer, you definitely want to bring in a 3 out of 3 Cursed Arts Sarah into the mix because Sarah brings out the best in Realm in this regard. So with that bit out of the way, I just got over the Dimensions and Entropy Tier 16. So we're going to go into some of the information besides that. We have here the Final Fantasy Portal app collaboration. This goes on periodically, the 1st through the 31st of October. So this is what we are slated to get, you know, and we do know the information for the first 3 tiers of rewards. So the first tier is going to be 100 of the tier 5 high crystals in each color, which is a grand total of 600. Tier 2 is going to be 1 bloom stone and 60 bloom fragments. Tier 3 is going to be 20 armor tokens and 25 of the weapon tokens. Now, we don't know the tier 4 as of yet. We have to reach a certain points milestone to get that unlocked. Should be sometime later on in October. So, with that bit out of the way, we're going to go into some of the other information. It is on the 5th of October will be the return of Kimahri for Final Fantasy X through his Lost Chapter. We'll be seeing the debut of his LD weapon and a rework alongside his character enhancement board. We will also be seeing the alternate costumes for Yuna and Noel. And with Noel and Yol, yeah, we do have their alternate costumes. We'll also see the debut of Noel's character enhancement boards. And with the synergy for Burst, it's going to be Arden. Fortunately for me, I do have it fully geared up, ready to go. And for this challenge quest options, the Chaos Challenge quest options, you don't have much to work with here. And unfortunately, for those of you who are pro-meta, don't want to be using, like, Kimahri, he might be of use here. Yuna, probably, the thing is with Yuna, she's one part of the cursed 6. You probably want, you definitely will want her to have 3 out of 3 in her cursed art, so yeah. So it's one of those you don't have that many options to work with in that regard. And the challenge, the Chaos Challenge quest for Kimahri's Lost Chapter goes through the 19th of October from the 5th of October. Dates I mentioned here are UTC as always. So that's on that. So, with Kimahri, he is going to be the Lost Chapter synergy for Edward for Final Fantasy IV. He comes along from the 9th through the 23rd of October. And Arden will also be Burst synergy for this particular event. This will have their rework, EX realization, a character enhancement board debut for Palin for Final Fantasy IV. This will also see Hope get his character enhancement board, and for the Chaos Challenge quest options, you've got a pretty decent amount to work with. You have Kimahri, Arden, Edward, Palom, and Hope as the 5 that comes along here. So, with Kimahri's banner, Edward's event banner will also have the free multi-pull in it. So, those are 2 banners so far we know for sure are getting the free multi-pulls. Now, regarding the raid, this is going to be the 30th of September through the 14th of October. I noticed something in one of the sites. It's, Renoa, you know, pointing to something like, attack! And I won't be surprised if we see more of the Renoa stickers available at this time. Now, with the raid, we're going to be seeing the alternate costumes for Renoa and King. For the synergy for this particular raid is going to be the following characters, and 3 of them are from Act 2, Chapter 11, Part 1, and that's Arden, Maria, Lillicet, Kane, Renoa, and Alphino. Now, Renoa, I believe, gets her character enhancement board alongside her rework and the debut of her LD weapon. Everybody else has already got their character enhancement boards up and running already. Now, with the Renoa rework, I will be working on this as soon as it comes live, because that way I can get certain things up and running as soon as possible. Now, with the raid, this will also feature a free multi-pull. Now, with that, all that stuff out of the way, we're going to go into something where I'm going to have a lot to say on this at the end of the video, and that is from the 13th of October through the 11th of November. The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is doing a collaboration of sorts with Dragon Quest of the Stars. Now, the reason why I want to bring focus into this a little bit more in here is because there is an article from Twinfinite from a year ago, and this is the one of the interviews these people have had with the DFFOO Producer, and the Twinfinite article has mentioned that there's going to be no collaborations between DFFOO and non-Final Fantasy games. This has already gotten some mixed reactions from people on both Twitter and Facebook. The reason that is that if you think about the Twinfinite article with the interview mentioning no collaborations between DFFOO and non-Final Fantasy games, this could be seen as a form of false advertisement. Now, with false advertisement, no company wants to be caught dead doing this. And if you're caught dead doing this, you have a lot of apologizing to do. And that's how some people could very well feel in this regard. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be no characters from Dragon Quest of the Stars in the game. That's fortunate from what we know, but we can't say that for sure just yet. We won't get any more info on this until the 9th of October within the in-game news. But again, like I said, the reason why this could be concerning, because again, with the Twinfinite article, I'll have a link to that in the description below, because this could be seen by some as a form of false advertisement. This could hurt DFFOO in the long run, and in the very bad way. So, with that aspect out of the way, we're going to be seeing a couple of co-ops as part of the second half of the Autumn Festival, which is, we have one co-op from the 13th through the 23rd of October, alongside a second co-op from the 21st through the 31st of October. So, and the thing is with this particular co-op, is going to have some of the spirit rewards from the raid, because the raid on JP, it was said to be quite insane according to what Josh was saying about it. So some of the rewards from the raid on JP will be transferred over to the co-ops. So, and the thing is with splitting up some of the rewards, I do think that is an excellent call, because some of the player base on Global may not be able to tackle some of it at this point in time. And splitting it up is a good thing, because it's like, you don't want to be all impulsive and spend everything you get at once. So, with that bit out of the way, from the, we're going to be seeing from the 13th through the 31st of October is a daily free multi-pull on the protagonist banner. So, I actually wrote down, a name here. They're actually not part of this, but, so therefore I'll be excluding it. So, these are going to be the people who will be on this particular banner. So, it's going to be Warrior of Light, Furion, Onion Knight, Dark Knight Cecil, Paladin Cecil, Bartz, Terra, Cloud, Squall, Zidane, Tidus, Shantoto, Vaughn, Lightning, Y'shtola, Noctis, Sarah, Ace, Leo, and I believe Yuna's going to be a part of this too, because Yuna is a sequel main. Now, if Vincent comes along because he's a sequel main as well, I'll be happy with that, but that's it on that. So we're going to be seeing a free multi-pull with these characters. There's going to be no LDs or bursts in that banner, because, quite honestly, some of these characters don't have their LD and burst on JP yet. Some of them do have it on JP, but not yet on Global. So that aspect now out of the way, now I'm going to go into a Heretic event here, and that's the Heretic event, which will have the LD and Burst Weapon debut for Kefka for Final Fantasy VI. I have him in as a question mark for the return of his alternate costume, because, I'll be surprised if it's not part of it just for that reason alone. Now, for this particular Heretic event, which is the 13th through the 27th of October, we're going to be seeing the two banners tied to it have a free multi-pull each, and the synergy for this is going to be Kefka, Freya, Shadow, Aerith, Seymour, and Lise. Now, with Shadow, Aerith, Seymour, and Lise, these four will be getting their character enhancement boards, which is really good, because you're talking to a Lise fan here, and I really want to get her up and running ASAP. So I'm going to be doing a pause on this video because I need some water, so I'll be back. I am back. So now, like I said, I just went over the Heretic event info. So regarding some bundles, we're going to be seeing some. So we're going to see so this is also part of the Autumn Festival. So we're going to be seeing some Jumpstart chests. So the more expensive bundle you buy, the better goodies you get. And that's in a nutshell. So the first two chests, so Jumpstart Chest 1, Jumpstart Chest 2, the rewards are decent in the eyes of some, but Chest 3 and 4 will have their really good stuff. So it looks like they're asking the pay-to-play to really start spending their money. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Now, for everything else, we're going to be seeing on the 19th of October, the Lost Chapter for Emperor for Final Fantasy II. This will have a debut of his LD, which does come back. Spoiler for Global. So also see the debut of his alternate castle, which you can bet your ass I'll get, because I love Final Fantasy II. So Kefka comes along as Burst Synergy. Now, with the character enhancement boards, it's going to be the debut of Thus for Emperor, and I believe Gilgamesh. So this one, I believe, has a free first multi in it. So for the Chaos Challenge quest options, you got Emperor, Furion, Kefka, and Gilgamesh to work with. And I think like the best option here, in my personal opinion, is going to be Emperor, Furion, and Kefka, because Furion does have the way to heal people. But that's just me. So with that, from the 23rd of October through the 6th of November, and keep in mind with some of these dates, some of the events from the calendar will get extended. Just a matter of looking into the in-game news for more information. So from the 23rd of October through the 6th of November will be the global debut of Strago for Final Fantasy VI. For Realm, who is synergy with this event, she will be getting her second rework. Her EX will be getting realized in her character enhancement board debut. And for Strago, it's 1535 EX and his LD. This one will have a free multi-pull. This is from the information on the slide that was with, so it is 100% confirmed. So Ash from Final Fantasy XII, she will also be getting her character enhancement board with this particular event. Now, for the challenge quest options here, you got Strago, Realm, Ash, Emperor, and Kefka. You've got a lot of good options here, so this one might be a doable one for a lot of people, depending on who they have built up. Now, I'm gonna do one more pause, so that way I can get my thoughts together. So I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. So, here are some tips that I managed to write down, for the October calendar for people to prep. So, there are some people that were making some type of jokes on the stream and one of them was a bit of a joke on the incoming DMCA strike versus Square Enix. Come on, guys. I mean, it's good enough, to joke around, but not something like that. Come on, man. This is something where I have to really, that's a bit of a rant, and that's all you're getting on the rant. Is that DMCA joke, because DMCA jokes are no laughing matter. Now, regarding the bundles I have taken note of, so for those who are pay-to-play like myself, you gotta be really careful here. You just don't want to be spending too much money, especially if you're not a whale. Now, for everybody, do take advantage of the free multis. That's the only thing I kindly ask. Now, again, the whole thing with the Twinfinite article about the no collabs, Square Enix let me rephrase this. So, regarding the whole collaboration with Dragon Quest of the Stars, this could be seen as potential false advertising with this particular collaboration between DFFOO and Dragon Quest, because, again, the Twinfinite article has stated that there will be no collabs between DFFOO and non-Final Fantasy games. This breaks that rule, and again, there's a lot of mixed reactions already from Facebook and Twitter. This might not be a good idea to do any more of these, in my personal opinion, because you're talking about a rule that was mentioned in an article, and breaking this rule could be seen as a form of false advertising. False advertising is something that's going to be hard to shake off. And like I said, I will have the Twinfinite article in the description below, so that way you guys can read this on your own time and make your own conclusions. Now, the only good thing about this collaboration, and I'm already like scratching my head at it, is that there's going to be no new characters, but again, the whole thing with the false advertising, this is something that's going to be hard to shake off. And to some people who make the jokes like the DMCA stuff, again, that is no laughing matter. It makes it really hard for anyone with a DMCA strike to produce content on practically any platform for the foreseeable future, so you might as well refrain from making that type of statement going forward. Now, with the Stream Awards, I'm surprised they upped the jump count to 4,000, and the reason why I'm surprised because we've been dealing with the same song and dance there for the last few months on the global app. Now, if this does make global a little too generous for some people, this could very well hurt the bottom line regarding the free multis. Because RNG is RNG at the end of the day. Now, with my final thoughts on all this, so again, I do hope global plans things a little bit more intelligently, especially with the Android operating server 11.0. Because again, on Facebook, someone made a comment on one of their recent posts that JP already had a beta version that was working with Android operating server 11.0. So it's one of those things, it's like, global has to be extremely careful. And with better foresight, better timing of things, better planning, things could be a lot better. And for me, honestly, I'm one of those people where it's like, where something's really good for the global side, I will give it praise. Now, if it's something that's bad or not well received, I'll be giving criticism in a way that's classy. Not for me where it's like, but be more constructive and classy about it. And with this particular update, I do hope that global decides to, plan things a lot better. And with this collaboration with Dragon Quest, this could be seen as false advertising. This will be something that's going to be hard for them to shake off. But that's that on that, and that's all I have to say. With Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.